using take, and this is a phrasal verb, to take issue with something. To take issue with something means that you have a problem with something. You disagree with something. You think it is wrong. Let's see how we can use take issue with. Here is a situation. John was giving a presentation, and he made several good points during his presentation, but Mary strongly disagreed with John. She had a problem with what John said. She objected to some of the things that John said in his presentation. In this situation, we can use take issue with. We can say, she took issue with. So instead, well, let's start with disagree. She disagreed with John. She disagreed with John. But we can use take issue. She took issue with John. She took issue with John. That means she disagreed with John. Let's make a how many points take issue with. Because remember, John made several points in his presentation. So let's make a how many points she disagree with. How many points she take issue with. How many points? How many of John's points? How many of John's points did she take issue with? How many of John's points did she take issue with? Let's say the answer is 2 points. So she disagreed with 2 points. She took issue with 2 points. She had a problem with 2 points. She took issue with 2 points. All right, let's try another example using take issue with, meaning disagree, object, have a problem with. Here's a situation. Mark read a news article, but he disagreed with all of the ideas in the article. He objected to all of the ideas in the article. What is another way that you can say this? He took issue. He took issue with the ideas in the article. He took issue with the news article. Now, let's make a why question with that sentence. Why? Why did he? Why did he? Why did he? Why did he take issue? Why did he take issue with the news article? Why did he take issue with the news article? And the reason is he felt it wasn't truthful. He felt it wasn't truthful. He took issue with the news article. He disagreed with the news article. He objected to the news article. He took issue with the news article. He had a problem with the news article because he felt it wasn't truthful. Because he felt it wasn't truthful. He took issue with the news article because he felt it wasn't truthful. Okay, let's try one more situation using take issue with, meaning object or disagree or have a problem with. Here is a situation. There were many protests in the street. Now, let's make a why question here with that sentence. There were many protests in the street. Make a why question. Why? Why were there? Why were there many? Why were there many protests? Why were there many protests in the street? And here's the reason. The government passed a new law, and the people objected to this law. They disagreed with this law. They had a problem with the new law. Another way to say this is to use take issue. They took issue with the law. They took issue with this law. There were many protests in the street because the people took issue with the new law. There were many protests in the street because they took issue with the new law. All right, you're doing a fantastic job. Let's do one more. We are on number 9.